Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on a brand new week. It is the first day, and we are going to be jumping straight into this. We're going to get this wrapped up pretty quick because we have some exciting things to get to a little bit later. We have a new hunt that we hopefully need to get done before Ryko comes out next week. We are grabbing our sleep points. That gives us 3,399 total sleep points. And for our daily lottery, a biscuit would be nice. 20 diamonds is okay. I'll take that. 20 diamonds is not too bad. And let's jump into this sleep report and see if Dedenne finally showed up again for the third time, second time on its own. I don't know. I don't really have any faith that Dedenne is going to be here today. 233 for session sleep. I don't know what that sentence was I just tried to say, but we did get a 100. And it looks like possibly snoozing type. Yeah, snoozing. Again, pseudo balanced sleep type, so not super important, but it does help to skew it in the right direction. And then, let's see, I think we had like 43 million yesterday. Did make it to Master 11, so maybe, ooh, it's a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. 65.7 million, there we go. Did get lucky and got an extra tasty on the keema curry. Just shy of 100,000. I think it ended up being like 960,000, something like that. 960,000? What am I talking about? 96,000. I was right the first time. Anyway, let's see. We do have a top belly Wigglytuff, which is a new sleep style. Like a couple of, ooh, oh, only 4? 5, oh, only 5, okay. So we've got 3 new sleep styles. So we have Mareep, Pichu, Ekans, Pikachu, and Slowbro. So who else do we have? We know, of course, a top belly Wigglytuff. Don't do anything. Don't crash the game. Okay, game didn't crash. We're doing all right. All right. Was that the last Wigglytuff we needed? No, we still need the 3-star. But that was a snoozing type, so that took our Dedenne spawn, which means we definitely didn't get a Dedenne today, but we got another Meowth, who seems to have lost some change. Payday sleep, 3-star. That might actually be the last Meowth. It was, all right, so no more new Meowth. And then we've got one more that is new. Oh, Banette. Okay. Definitely wasn't expecting to see a Banette. Honestly, I kind of forget Banette's in the game. Mainly because I guess we don't have a Ghost Island yet, so I don't even think about shoving in Banette. All right, so who's gonna be hungry? That's not one we want to be hungry, and you're the only one that's hungry. Yikes. Okay, well, we got a pretty decent Mareep yesterday, I think. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take this Pikachu home because we can do it without spending any biscuits, which we don't want to spend any. We're gonna try to save up some for Ryko. So we'll go ahead and feed the Pikachu. The Pichus have burned me too much lately. I don't even want to look at you. Ugh, get out of here. I fed the Banette some. I must have just given it a bonus biscuit at some point. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna take the Pikachu home. Hopefully this turns out to be a good one. We already have a solid Raichu, but having another backup Raichu, or even a better one, would be very nice. Out of all this, Slowpoke candy would probably be the most helpful, or maybe Mareep candy, actually. Since we've got the Ryko event coming up, maybe people are kind of lacking on some Mareep candy because it hasn't really been super helpful before. So I imagine not too many people have given it out. But we did get 3,913 research XP and 5,395 dream shards. All right, and this Pikachu, level 15 and quirky. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I haven't done that in a long time. Well, okay, we'll come back to this Pikachu. I goofed. I goofed pretty hard there. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's get our weekly summary out of the way. Bye, Snorlax. All right, week 34, weekly summary. Master 11, 657,000 final strength, which is up from last week, and 218,326 from berries, which is down, and then another 439,018 gains from cooking, which is up from last week. I'm gonna guess due to that Keema curry. We did get an S for a sleep rating, which is 6 small handy candies. Sleep med points and everything looks about right. I feel like my sleep has grown too consistent and I need to switch it up. But there's one thing in particular that I think we need more than anything going into the Raikou event, and I think it's going to help most players significantly to have one on the team. So we are going to go to the beach to hunt, and it's going to surprise you, but I've had this calculation running in the background. Hopefully it's done by now. We're going to hope to find an Eevee while we're here on the beach so that we can look for a Jolteon candidate. I think Jolteon is going to be very beneficial. It's not a berry specialist, but if we can get a berry finder Jolteon, I think that's going to really help with our strength score during Raikou week. Say we have a team of full electric types. Let's say Raichu, Jolteon, Ampharos, if we can get one maybe. We didn't get a Dedenne, so that's not going to work. I really don't know who else we could use other than a couple of, like, we could do Raichu, Pichu, or not Pichu, Pikachu, Jolteon, Ampharos. I think maybe I can do 4 electric types. I don't think I have anybody else. But either way, I'm kind of stuck with only 3 electric types unless we get a Jolteon or Dedenne. And honestly, I think trying to hunt down some Eevee is going to be better. Calculation did finish. Okay, cool. So what we're looking at, I figured out with this, where's it at? With the sleep style probability calculator, you can actually select all of them. I was reading it wrong when I first talked about this. You can select all of them, run the calculation. This shows you your expected count of targets across the board. I went ahead and calculated up to 100 million, and we can see that it kind of flat lines for 2 of them about here, but we still have pretty decent odds of seeing one moving forward throughout the entire week, even up to 100 million, which we're certainly never going to get. Realistically, we're probably going to stop around the 50 million mark. But the main thing that I like is the probability of any target. So this is just the probability of seeing any Eevee regardless of sleep type. So around 50 million, we have a 21.6% chance, and it's just slowly dropping beyond that. So really, this is a time to kind of level up a little bit, because if we can keep it closer to that 25 million, we have the highest odds of finding the Eevee that we want. Oh, we made it to 811,000 on the beach before? That's interesting. So, not really going to be going in too hard on the drowsy power this week. Going to try to keep it around that 25 million and not go too far beyond it. Somebody in the comments was mentioning to me that apparently Psyduck and Golduck are very good to use. And I have a pretty good Psyduck last time I ran the calculation. I don't actually remember if I've run it recently since all the changes. I think I ran it a month or 2 ago. So we're going to swap him in on the team for sure. Let's go ahead and grab all of this stuff. Probably going to get a pretty big boost just from these guys being... We're getting a lot more than I expect for a Monday. We're getting a lot more than I expected for a Monday. That's a ton of sausage. That'll have us set up for a little while. And let's see. Well, at least you will have good energy whenever I do finally swap you back in on the team. But let's get breakfast. Again, we're not worried about anything crazy, and I didn't even look at what we have this week. What do we got? Oh, we got curries again? Nice. Cool. So we're not worried about doing anything crazy. We only have one curry left to make, and it's a crazy one. So not gonna be worried about that. What's something easy that we can do? Let's just do, let's see, for now, let's do, I don't know. It's hard picking a low level one. Let's just do a melty omelet. Let's do a melty omelet. We'll throw in, let's see, what are we gonna get from Psyduck? Some cocoa. So we'll throw in some cocoa. Throw in that one ginger we have. We still got a long way to go. Let's throw in some milk. We're gonna get more of that, no problem. And let's throw in some oil. And whoa, 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 no, wrong button. More sausage. All right, let's get this done and out of the way, and then we can worry about all the, of course it's an extra tasty. The 1 week where I wouldn't mind having no extra tasties just to keep it low, we get an extra tasty. First meal of the week. Oh, we're gonna try to keep our drowsy strength very low, or around 25 million or so. Here's an extra tasty, bro. I got you. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. +0 to everybody makes sense. That put us already all the way to basic 4. Yeah, so we're not really worried about berries this week, I don't think, because I feel like if we try to get a good berry team set up, we're probably gonna shoot way past our target. So let's go ahead and break down this news. I was spoiled that we had news and that it was maintenance, so it should be pretty quick. Usually maintenance doesn't take too long. In order to update the app, maintenance will be conducted on March 20th from 8 p.m. until March 21st at 12:30 a.m. That's a different time frame. That's actually going to make it to where I have to work around the maintenance this time. Usually I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so different time period, so make sure that you're aware of that, that maintenance will be at a different time frame this time around. New features, preparation for Raikou event, of course, that makes sense. Game contents, changing the max number of berries and ingredients that any helper Pokemon can hold at any one time to 999. I didn't know they could even get remotely that high. Making it impossible to discard Master Biscuits. Oh no, somebody threw away a Master Biscuit by accident? Oh no. And adjustments to show Pokemon sleep styles in order of rarity on the sleep research results screen after snack time. What? Oh, okay, when you're picking, gotcha, when you're picking the photo that you want to send. I was very confused by that for a minute. Okay, so, real short and sweet, March 20th, the night of March 20th, rolling over slightly into March 21st. So that is going to be weird. But community reports, we got 42 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 that doubled up. Not bad at all. No level ups today. And still sticking right around that 25% mark that we'd love to see. Okay, so first things first, let's go back to that Pikachu that I so rudely cut off. Let's see if this is actually something worth keeping. You know, I forgot that our berry Pikachu is actually not too, or our shiny Pikachu is actually not too bad of a berry gatherer. So let's see. Pikachu, we've got apple, ginger. Helping Speed M is a very good start. Ingredient Finder S, not so much. Dream Shard bonus, also not so much. Inventory up S, not so much. And Inventory up M. Okay, so only the level 10 skill was good. Quirky Nature has no effect. So Neutral Nature, cool. Let's, honestly, the way this one looks, if I'm gonna keep it at all, it's just for Raikou week. So let's just run it on the level 55. And let's see. So far it's looking pretty good. But if it sticks around, yeah, if it sticks around that 73%, I think we're going to, yeah, 72 for the shiny. We might as well use that one. Should we? It's only a 2-minute difference in frequency. Honestly, I may put the shiny one on the team this week just to get some XP on it. It does have speed of help up and ingredient finding down, which also, again, doesn't matter if I never collect from it this week. I mean, the speed of help does. Ingredient finding doesn't. Any speed of help up nature will help with a Pikachu. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. It's so similar that I'm just going to send this one to the professor. There's not really any point in keeping it. We do get 6 free candies. We have a few Pikachus and a pretty decent Raichu that is better than that one anyway, so there's really no point to keeping that one as a duplicate. But that's done. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's try to remember to work on our Cyan Beach team, which we're not super worried about. Let's see, auto team maker. Can we try to... Let's see. Okay. Let's turn this off. Let's not worry about meals. If I just run a team, let's say Cyan Beach. Can I get a team that is... What does this one do? I want to try to see if I can get a team that will keep me around 250,000 total. Let's do 25 teams. I think that's what that is. It's 25 teams. Calculate. Let's see what this returns. Way too strong. Okay. So this is only trying to get me as strong as possible. We don't want to do that. So let's just switch over to team analysis. And first things first, I'm going to take the advice of the comments. Where is my Psyduck? Skill 90%. That's pretty good. Cocoa, and apples. Yeah, okay. So we're going to try this one. Apparently, Psyduck is very good. It has... What's the main skill? Charge Strength S? I do want to level it up. Ultimately, that's what this week is about. Just leveling up. So for... Let's see who else we have that needs to level up. Go ahead and erase all this team. Let's go ahead and throw you on the team. I want to get some XP on you. We're gonna have a very low level team this time around. I'm not even really worried about Charmander anymore. Now that we've got Beware with the sausage. I really don't see a point in that Charmander unless we just get like a almost 100% one. We can only have, if I remember correctly, for the event, they have to be different species. You can't have multiple Pikachus. So we can only have a Raichu and a Pikachu. I don't think we have a Pichu. Let's look at our electric Pokemon though. Who else do we have? We have that Mareep. Oh, I do have a Pichu. Oh, I think that was one of the ones from... Honestly, even though this one itself is not very good, keeping it on the team just for the extra electric and the energy recovery bonus if we have anybody with a bad nature might actually be a good call for Raikou week, but I'm not worried about leveling it up this week. So I'm going to hold on to it for now. And then here's my Pikachu. Mareep. There we go. You're the one. I forgot to name you. I'll have to go back and do that calculation again to figure it out. But yes, you look fine. I think you were good, if I remember correctly. Skill trigger. Yes. Yeah, this one was pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Tell me I added it to my box. Mareep, where are you? There you are. Cool. Oh, I have a Mareep and a Flaffy. Ooh, I did forget about that. Okay. Also, our shiny Eevee. Could you be a good Jolteon? I didn't even think about that. Helping bonus, energy recovery bonus. This would be an okay Jolteon, but it doesn't have berry finding, which is really going to be necessary for what I need. So maybe we throw this on the team just to level it up, since we are just running a slow week just for levels. We might do that. A Reap is already on the team. Any other electrics that need some love? I do have Dedenne. It's not a good one, but I have it. I don't even remember. I think it was about 50% was the odds. Could throw it on the team and just see how it turns out. But we don't really need it to be too leveled up. Ultimately, what I want is a team, like, I want to take this week to run a chill week where we can get to around 25 million drowsy power. And hopefully, when it comes to green grass, get a solid team put together that can really push us through the ranks for Raikou. And I don't know that leveling up Dedenne is actually going to help with that, so we're not going to put Dedenne on the team. Maybe the Curlia? That might actually be a good call. Get closer to corn on Curlia, which isn't really super... Oh, but that helping bonus would be very nice. Yeah, let's do the Curlia. And then... Oop, wrong button. Okay, so Curlia's on the team. And last slot... Actually, who was that? Was our Sylveon that we were working on? We might as well, honestly. We might as well just leave this one on the team because we still need more sleep. More sleep time. Yeah, we're not even halfway there yet. We'll leave this one on the team to rack up some XP and some sleep time. I actually think it's a good call. And hopefully, between all of these, we are not going to be making too much progress. Let's see. Ultra 1. Ooh, that might be too low. Ooh. That might be too low. But I'm going to run it like this for now. I'm sure with meals, we'll actually get it a little bit higher than Ultra 1. Like I said, we do want to try to, hit about 25 million, probably Saturday. We don't want to go too far beyond the 25 million. We want, as we go through the week, for our odds to increase. So this is the team we're going to stick with for now. Let me see. I might invest in the team a little bit later. Maybe. We'll see. Level 11. Oh, it could already evolve. I don't know that I want to do that just yet. We're going to hold off. We're going to stay right here for now because I don't want to evolve it into a Flaffy, not be able to get to an Ampharos, and then have two Flappies, which takes a slot away from my team for Raikou. So I'm going to look into what it takes to evolve into an Ampharos. If we can make it to an Ampharos so that we have Ampharos and Flaffy on the team and we can have a full team of 5 electric types, great. But we may not even need the Flaffy because we may get an Eevee that has Berry Finding, which means that we have a Jolteon instead of a Flaffy and an Ampharos. So even better. So this is what we're going to use this week. Team of researchers has been set. You know what? What is this first skill? Skill trigger M? Not super worried about getting to that. We'll just let that happen naturally. It's gonna feel kind of like we're going back to the beginning of the game with the score we're gonna get at the end of this week. But also, I forgot to set that I'm on Cyan Beach. So let's see. Still Ultra 1. No worries. Cool. We can always adjust later on in the week. We're already basic 4 and we haven't even started. So yeah, probably almost definitely gonna get above Ultra 1. See, 23,000 Ultra 1 prediction. Yeah, so that's realistically Ultra 2 for sure. And then Ultra 2 is about 15 million. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to adjust and power some people up throughout the week or have meals balance it out because, let's see, what was that? 27% is the highest, around 20 million. So if we can get in between that 20 to 25 million range, that's where our highest odds are. Which means we need to make it to Ultra 4 to Master 1. Somewhere in that range, and that'll be what we want. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have to put some investment into this team sometime this week, but I'll figure out who exactly I want to invest in, and we can just go ahead and do lunch. a rare double treat for Mondays, especially since we're not super worried about strength this week. Let's just do a drought katsu. Why not? We can throw in mushrooms. Mushrooms are easy for us to get. Not worried about that one. Let's throw in a handful of apples and what else? You know what? Corn is really easy for us to get now too, so let's go ahead. Let's not do too much. Now that I think about it, we don't necessarily want to get too many strong ingredients in here. We don't want to overshoot our goal. All right, so another, how much? How much for lunch? It's not extra tasty, so that's okay. Another 10,089. All right, cool. And then that'll put us at basic 5. Zero energy for everybody. Makes sense. That put us all the way to grade 1. No, just basic 5. Okay. Cool. Basic 5. And that means that if we were to go to sleep right now, we would have about a 16.7% chance to see an EV tomorrow. If we can make it to, what is that? 52,000? Oh yeah. That should be pretty doable. If we can make it to 52,000, right in between grade 2 and 3 by the end of the night, I'll be happy with that. That'll give us a good spike in odds, and then we're in a pretty good spot for the rest of the week until we come to the weekend where we get right in that sweet spot. So that'll be fantastic. If we go a little above 25 million, not too bad. Our odds are still just as high as they were the rest of the week, but I would like to keep it in this high spot as much as possible. So we may even skip some meals this week just to make sure that happens. But that is the plan for this week, a bit different from what we normally do. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. That said, that is all I've got for, actually, no, one thing I did want to mention, kind of a fun coincidence. I don't bring this up too often, but we hit 400 subscribers. My current goal is to get to 500, and we were at 400 as of recording. And so I would like to hit 500. I know it's a big ask, but I do know that only about 50% of my viewers, wherever I'm pointing, I don't know, only about 50% of my viewers are subscribed. So if you would do me a favor, help me hit that 500 sub goal. I would like to hit it by Thursday, which is also my birthday. Weird cosmic coincidence. But if you would help me out, I'd greatly appreciate it. But that said, thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 2 here on Cyan Beach, and I need to start off with correcting a grave error that I made in yesterday's video. Somehow, when I read the event announcement for Ryko, I read that you get more Ryko mains the more electric types you have on your team. That is way incorrect. It actually says that you get more mains for studying electric types that show up during sleep research. Somehow my brain added an extra word in there that changed the meaning completely. So that's why I was talking about having a full electric team for the Ryko event. That's no longer the case, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I just wanted to correct that at the top of the video just to make sure that we were all clear and I wasn't misleading anybody. So sorry about the confusion, but let's jump into it. We are gonna grab 100 sleep points, but first, I always forget about the sneaky snacking somehow. We're gonna get 3,868 sneaky snacking and 5 diamonds to go along with it. And our 100 sleep points puts us at 3,499. And then for our daily lottery, some Poke Biscuits would be nice. It would be very nice to get some more biscuits. Energy Pillow. Okay, we've got a few of those. Those can be beneficial next week. I'm trying to get this Curlia to a Gardevoir if it does seem to be performing pretty well. So far, it's doing okay, but if we can get a Gardevoir, I think that will be really helpful next week. But we'll just have to see how it goes. And we're gonna see how this sleep report goes, session 234. Almost 9 hours of sleep. Good. I woke up on time today, finally, with 12% dozing, 44% snoozing, and 44% slumbering. That sounds pretty balanced to me. Probably not. Slumbering type. Interesting. Okay. Slumbering, not really going to be super helpful. I don't think that's where Eevee shows up. We are going to walk away. Well, not walk away. We're going to get 5.1 million drowsy power. It's 5 spawns. Let's see. What do we got? I see a Pseudo-Wudo just hanging out over there. And what is that? A Squirtle? Let's see. Pseudo-Wudo, Squirtle, Spheal, Pseudo-Wudo. Okay. We do have something that we want to catch, but it's not a super high priority because we already have a pretty good one. But having another good one will be very beneficial for Snowdrop. And you already know, talking about Spheal, if we can get another one of those beach balls, we will be in a good place, especially if it turns out to be pretty good. That is not a shiny Squirtle, even though it looks very similar to a shiny Squirtle. It's the shell. Shell is what gives it away. Spheal, neither of you are hungry, and I don't even know why I looked at the other one. If I had fed you, both of you would be partially full, so I don't know why I checked the other one to see if maybe that one had been fed and the other one wasn't. I don't know where my brain's at. Told you my brain, it's kind of weird sometimes. But we are not going to take it home today. We are just going to leave it as is. We'll probably see some more since we're on the beach. I'm sure we will see Spheal again. Not really super worried about the Squirtle because we have one very, very good one, almost as good as it can be, and another that is pretty good. So we don't really need another one. We have to be choosy about who we feed, which I guess the argument could be made that we don't really need another Spheal. It just would be nice to have because we only have one good one, 204 research XP and 358 dream shards. Now let's go ahead and head back to the beach and check on this other stuff. No new news, I believe. Correct, no new news. And for our research community, come on, let's do 48 reports. 41. Uh-oh. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 that doubled up. That's actually pretty good. That's over the 25%. And no level ups. All right. So just straightforward, huh? We're gonna go right into collecting our resources. We got some Mareep candy. Did Mareep trigger a skill? There's one. 1232 strength. We're already over halfway through grade 2. Pikachu, probably not. I haven't been collecting. So yeah, no skill trigger there. Eevee, maybe? There we go. And that's a good one. That will help keep a little bit of ingredients stocked up. Also, a couple of tails in there too. I'll take those for sure. Curlia, you are the one that has not triggered yet. And I need you to trigger. You are going to be, there we go. You're going to be very beneficial moving forward if you can trigger somewhat well. But here's the one everybody told me was super special. So far, as of yesterday, Psyduck triggered twice, I believe. Yeah, just twice. Hasn't hit level 10 yet, so it also doesn't have its skill trigger M, and is also not a Golduck yet. So, no skill trigger there, but 2 skill triggers with no boost. Can't remember if its nature had a boosted skill activate. I don't think it did. But so far, not too bad. We'll see if it continues today. And for today, we're gonna make the Drought Katsu Curry. We are gonna beef it up a little bit. We're gonna throw in these herbs. I do want to keep the oil and sausage. I don't want to put those in there. We'll throw in milk and some honey. We're gonna have a very spicy sweet curry, which is good. I find spicy sweet to be a very, very complimentary set of flavors. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. It's too early. My brain's dumb. Anyway, Drought Katsu Curry, Spicy Sweet, 9,212. All right. That should put us to grade 3. And I don't know if I still have the prediction pulled up. I think it probably reset itself. Yeah, it did reset. Okay, so I don't remember exactly where was the sweet spot in terms of the rank, but I know it was around that 20 to 25 million. So we're at grade 3. And that means that we've still got a long way to go. But we should, let's see. Grade 4 will be easy. Grade 5, probably not today. Grade 4 will probably happen today. I could swap out some of these for some ingredient specialists just to stock up on some ingredients real quick for the day. That might be what we do. Because with these lower level Pokemon, they are not going to bring in too many ingredients to help keep us stocked, and our pot size is very, very high compared to their level. Still need 3 more, so we're almost there to get the pot increase again. So yeah, we may do that. May swap out a couple of these for some ingredients, but we may swap out the whole team for ingredient specialists, actually. Let's go ahead and check this. We did get to grade 2, so there's some dream shards. Oh, even better. I didn't notice. Oh, now I want to get to master 3. Okay. All right. I kind of want to get to master 3 just for an Eevee incense now. I don't know that it's super important, but let's see. Master 3 would be 33 million drowsy power, which isn't terrible odds. I think it was like somewhere around 18-ish%. So it was a little lower than we wanted, but still not bad. So maybe that'll be okay. But let's go ahead and swap out. Let's see if we can get some ingredients coming in today. Let's mess with our end of week ingredient team. Let's see. You are going to be... Ooh, actually, no. Now that we did that investment, we have some really interesting ones that we could put on there. I think Blastoise is a good call. We definitely want Beware. Let's get... not Venusaur. Beware is on the team. Let's get this Dragonair, the one with the corn. Yep. And then we also want... I don't know. Maybe Venusaur is a good call. Let's sort by level. Let's get the ones that have hit level 30 just for the double ingredients. Ooh, Victory Bell's a good call too. I do want... I know he's not level 30, but I want you on the team. Yeah, for the oil. And then... honestly, maybe Doug Trio is the right call. Just to get some extra leaks, because they seem to come in very slowly. So maybe it'd be good to stock up some if we're just going to be stocking up some ingredients today. That might be a good call. And honestly, Blastoise with the Oran berries, we're going to be bringing in a little bit of strength today. This might actually make up for all the low level ones. Ooh, yeah, you definitely want to use this team before we back out. So yeah, we're going to run this team for today, try to stock up some ingredients, and hopefully be set up for the rest of the week. And I think this team will actually do pretty well in terms of keeping the strength gains moving forward in the right direction. It is, yeah, right around that 19.7. 19.8 million is about where the best odds are, and like 25-27%. It's hard for me to really narrow it down. And then 25 keeps it at like 26.6% for any Eevee. But of course, the one thing I forgot to check, snoozing is the type that we want. So if we don't get snoozing type, 0 But since things have changed, and I understand now that my understanding of how the Raikou event was going to work is incorrect, Jolteon is not as important as I thought he was going to be. I still would like to get a good one. It is my favorite of the evolutions, but I don't really know that unless we just get like a perfect one that has berry finding, skill trigger M, and skill level up M. I think those 3 skills are going to be necessary, and then helping speed and possibly helping bonus. If we find something with all 5 of those and a speed of help increasing nature, maybe not even a speed of help, because Jolteon's already really fast, and the faster a Pokemon is, the less return you get from speed of help, simply because of how percentages and numbers work. So maybe a speed of help nature wouldn't be super necessary. Maybe we want skill chance up and ingredient finder down for Jolteon, simply because we want the berries. Maybe like if we find something like that, that might be still worthy of putting on the Raikou team for the event week, since we know Greppa berries are for sure going to be at green grass. That said, outside of that like niche perfect scenario, probably not going to be super useful, but I would still like to have a good one, simply because it's my favorite of them. So we're still going to hunt for one. Hopefully we find one, and in the meantime, it just allows us to test other things, build up ingredients so that we have plenty for next week. Probably, like I was saying yesterday, we're probably going to skip a few meals just to kind of keep our strength in that range that we want to find a good Eevee. It's just going to be kind of a chill, mess around, see how things work kind of week. So, and obviously things are working pretty well. I mean, we didn't get to take the Spheal home, but at least we got to see a couple of Spheal, and we know we're going to see more. Hopefully we get some snoozing, but we'll just have to see how the rest of the week goes. In the meantime, kind of an easy day today. Nothing really happening. Just gonna take it easy. So that said, I'm gonna leave y'all to take it easy yourselves. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 3 here on Cyan Beach. I forgot where we were. For some reason, I wanted to say green grass. 89 sleep score, so that's fun. That means I did not get as much sleep as I should have, but we are going to get 2,150 sneaky snacking. I did leave the ingredient team on overnight so they'd be well rested. I am going to collect from them first today because I want to go ahead and switch back into our normal team while we do all of our other stuff. That's fantastic. A good way to start the day. Wanted to get some potatoes. I did swap Victory Bell in last night because I wanted some potatoes for some meals later on this week. Almost everybody. Let's just get Blastoise. Oh, and a skill trigger. Very nice. Very good skill trigger there. Tons of stuff that will definitely help. Let's go ahead and swap the smaller team back in. Where are they at? There we go. Psyduck finally at level 10. All right. And now that we've got them swapped back in, we can go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of our episode, and we can grab our sleep points. 89. What does that put us at? Like 3,588? Yeah, there we go. All right. And then our daily lottery. 15 diamonds. Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen 15 before. I feel like it's usually a multiple of 10. That's weird. It's probably just something that doesn't pop up too often. All right, let's jump into this sleep report and hopefully we get something interesting. You know, it has been a long time since we've gotten a shiny, so a new shiny would be nice. I don't think it's gonna happen though. My shiny radar is not tingling. 1:47 a.m. Well, that seems incorrect. I definitely was asleep around 1. I did get to bed later than normal. Ah, we didn't get the snoozing type either, which is what we need for Eevee. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I did get to bed a little later than normal, but not 1:47. 9.2 million. 6 spawns, all 1 and 2 stars. Again, not snoozing, so no chance of the Eevee we want, but we do have Spiel that has shown back up and a new sleep style, which is good. That means that after this, we only have 2 left until we can expand the pot again, which will really help quite a bit. It looks like only the 1 new sleep style. We got 2 Pseudo-Woodos, a Spiel, Squirtle, and an Igglybuff. And we'll wait just a second before we do anything so we don't cause the game to crash. I don't know if that was it, but it does seem to be working. All right. Oh, that was the last sleep style we needed for Mime Jr. Very good. And then, who's gonna be hungry? Of course it's you. Of course you're hungry. And I don't need you to be. Sure, whatever. We don't need anything else. Well, it's kind of a waste, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Why couldn't you be hungry yesterday, Spiel? Do me some favors, man. Come on. All right, we are going to take this Spiel. We're going to go back home, and that is all we're going to get for today. Let's see, what candy do we send out? I feel like everyone has plenty of Squirtle candy by now. Most people should anyway. I think Spiel is probably what we send out just to help people out the most when they do go to Snowdrop. Since Snowdrop is a bit harder. Yeah, that's a good call. 377 research XP with 709 dream shards. Ooh. Look at us getting fancy with a bunch of dream shards. But let's go ahead and check this Spiel out. Level 12. Calm, Adamant would have been better, but Calm may be okay. Let's see, we've got Oil, and Ginger. And then we have Skill Trigger. Ooh, Berry Finding. Ooh, this is starting off really good. Skill Trigger S is good for a Spiel. Berry Finding, also very good. Ingredient Finder, not so much. Where's it at? There it is. Helping Speed is also good. Inventory up S is also okay. Really, Ingredient Finder is the only one in there that is just not good at all for us, but could have been a lot worse. Main skill chance up and speed of help down. Ooh, that is a hard sell. Let's see, total strength, very low because that's speed of help. Getting a huge boost from berry finding. Yeah, berry finding is putting in a lot of work for this Spiel. Let's see, let's go ahead and run it out to 75 if we can. That should be pretty quick. Because I'm thinking this is not, I don't know. This is one that's okay, but it's going to take some investment for it to be good. And then it will always have speed of help down. So really that helping speed is only going to kind of even out the nature a little bit. So not entirely sure. Yeah, PR 55 at level 60. The ingredients aren't super fantastic. That is unfortunate. I think this one is one we're gonna send to the professor. I'm just not feeling it. It doesn't feel right to me. Plus it would take some sub-skill seed investment to help out. Yeah, we're gonna send this one to the professor. I'm not gonna hold on to that one. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Not even gonna worry about it finishing out the calculation to 75. Not gonna be worth it. Not for all the investing we'd have to put into it when there's other Pokemon that we need to invest in as well. So, just gonna move on. All right, let's see. No new news, but we do have maintenance tonight. Tonight? Yes. Maintenance is tonight, and it is at a different time. Let me refresh when it was. So maintenance is tonight at 8 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. So if that is going to conflict with your normal schedule, make sure that you feed dinner or put your phone. Well, you can put your phone to sleep whenever, even during maintenance, but make sure that you get your dinner and collect from your Pokemon before 8 p.m. just to make sure that it doesn't mess you up, because it is a bit different time than what we're used to. And then for the community reports, should be about 47 of them. 49. Ooh, very nice. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 that doubled up. So what is that? Yeah, right at, is it? I don't know. Somewhere around 25%, maybe a little more. So very good. Very happy with that one. Maybe just shy of 25%. I don't know. My math is terrible today. All right, we've already collected from everybody, so all these little guys won't have anything for us to collect from. Oh, you do. Not a skill trigger though, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and get breakfast going. We should have a decent amount of ingredients. We're actually, hold on, before we do breakfast, let's see where we're at. Let's see what we're looking like on our ratings. We are at grade 5, 111,000. So right at 11.2 million if we got 100 sleep score. Which means that we want to get, I think it was around, what was it, like 20 million or something? Where we had high odds, 15 million? No. I forget exactly where it was. Anyway, it was somewhere around 20 or 25 million, I think, where we had like 24 to 26, 27% odds of finding an EV. So we're still well within range. We probably need to actually do a decent recipe just to try to get a big buffer, because it is Wednesday. We're not as close to it as I would have liked to have been. So let's get a limbercorn stew going, which is exactly why I threw Victory Bell on the team. Let's throw in these yes, let's throw in the herbs. Let's throw in the apples. And we can throw in some more cacao. And then hopefully get a decent boost out of this meal. Yeah, 13,234 is not bad. Not bad at all. We may need to switch to a more typical berry focused team for Cyan Beach, or at least incorporate some of them. May need to drop a Delibird or, well, Delibird would help with eggs and berries. May need to drop somebody in here to really kind of maybe push us further into strength. I don't know. I'm gonna have to reevaluate the strategy. We may change it up, because we do want to keep the odds in a pretty nice place. So yeah, definitely gonna have to redo that and figure it out. But again, none of it matters if we don't get snoozing, so that's fun. I don't even know what I gotta do to get snoozing sleep other than just get lucky. Balanced sleep type would work too, but that's not happening either. All right, well, with that, I think that wraps everything up. Again, another short and quick session today. Not really anything too crazy going on. We did get this field, but not super fantastic. Also, remember, maintenance is tonight at 8 p.m., so make sure to do what you got to do to work around that. And other than that, that is all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day, and until I see you next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 4 here on Cyan Beach. And we are going to start off with 3,511 sneaky snacking. We're going to get through this a little bit quick today. We've got a lot of information to talk about, so kind of want to just burn through the normal tedium that we get through and get to the new and exciting stuff. So we've got 100 sleep points. It's going to put us at 3,688. And our daily lottery, where we at? Give me a biscuit. Give me a biscuit. Ooh, a medium ingredient ticket. That's not bad at all. Don't see that too often. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if anything interesting shows up. Probably going to be another spiel because knowing my sleep type lately, probably just going to get slumbering again. Yay. But let's see, session 236, my birthday session. Let's see if, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not because I didn't buy into the whole guaranteed birthday shiny, and I'm pretty sure it's been largely debunked. But yeah. 12% dozing, 49% snoozing is good. We do need snoozing type. 39% slumbering. Come on, give me snoozing. Ooh, we got balanced. That's fine. We still have a chance of seeing an Eevee. Just not as much of a chance as I would like, but still pretty good. Let's see, 15.8 million. Not bad at all. It's pretty. 7 out of 8 spawns is good. That is very nice. That's what we like to see. All right, so let's see how many are old and how many are new. I need 2 new ones, just the 2. Come on. Hey, birthday shiny. Unfortunately, it's one we already have. Ooh, is that another one? Is that Igglybuff shiny? It looks kind of pale compared to normal. Anyway, Igglybuff, Caterpie, Wartortle, Weepinbell, Jigglypuff, Slowpoke, and another Weepinbell. So that's 7 out of 8. No new sleep styles today, but we did get a shiny. I mean, to be fair, it's a shiny we already have, but the one we have is just kind of okay. It's decent, but maybe this will be a better one. Not shiny, but it is hungry, right? It's not shiny. Yeah, I think the eyes are green if it's shiny, right? I think that's how that goes. We're gonna take both of them home, I think. Might as well. Let's see, let's go ahead and feed the 1 biscuit to you. Nothing else really showed up today that's super important, but I will give you a biscuit. Nice. Another shiny in the books. Maybe the guaranteed shiny is real on your birthday. It's not. It's not. Don't think that it is. Please don't do that. I don't want you to be mad at me when your birthday rolls around and you don't get a shiny because it's just coincidence. I'm thinking that maybe it's possible that the shiny rates are just higher on your birthday, and so more people than not get a shiny. Maybe that's what it is. That's pure speculation. I have no evidence to support that, so don't take that as a, you know, set in stone truth. Of course, we show off the shiny. Every time we get a shiny, we show off. We have to. And then, let's see. We've got 751 research XP and 1,258 dream shards. And we can go and check out this shiny guy. Level 11 in Impish, which is a berry finder. I don't think Impish is great. All honey is okay. I'm not really concerned about that. Ingredient magnet, of course. Ooh. Oh, this one might be pretty interesting. Energy recovery bonus, skill trigger M, ingredient finder M. This is starting to look like the other one that we have. Inventory up M and helping speed M. I mean, there's no white skills, so that's good. What's the nature? What is Impish? Energy recovery and ingredient finding down. That's actually pretty decent. It's not the most ideal for a berry specialist, but it's not bad. The only downside is the ingredient finder M at level 50. Honestly, though, this thing is, the calculator's telling me it's terrible, which is weird. I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked at Caterpie or the Butterfree line in a long time, so maybe they just have a very low base speed anyway, and so you really need helping speed early on to get it. Maybe that's what it is. But this is turning out to look pretty bad. We're only at a PR 20 and we're at level 60. Yikes. That's not good. Maybe we just have us a golden worm forever, or caterpillar, not a worm. I don't know. I'm gonna let that continue to run. We're gonna go ahead and move on. We'll see if it ever does finish. You know how it is with the website. Sometimes it finishes to level 100, sometimes it doesn't. Well, let's go ahead and move on. I don't know why I clicked off of that. I can't quite move on just yet because we still have an Iggly buff that I forgot we captured. All right, level 11 in Naive with honey, oil, honey. Also not terrible, skill specialist. So it's all just supplemental energy for everyone. We knew that. Inventory up M is a good start. Ingredient Finder M is, it's okay. Skill Trigger S is good. Ingredient Finder S is duplicate, so it's not great. And Skill Level Up S, this is okay. What's the nature? Ooh, never mind. This is terrible. I'm not even gonna go all the way to 100. I'm gonna go to level 60 because 75, only level 100 skill actually does us any good, and it's just a level up. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Yikes. Okay, so Iggly buff is going to the professor. So no question about that. We have plenty of Jigglypuff candy for whenever we do find a better one, but we do already have two pretty decent ones. So not really super worried about this one not being great. It's just more candy for us. All right. Let's go ahead and move on for real this time. Maybe. There we go. Okay. 104 sneaky snacking again, but first things first. We do have new news. It is update contents. So, thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. This update includes the following improvements. New features, preparations for the Raikou event. We knew that was coming. Also, game contents, changing the total number of berries and ingredients that any helper Pokemon can hold beyond its carry limit to 999. Also knew that was coming. Anything new, making it impossible to discard Master Biscuits. Good. Adjustments to show Pokemon Sleep styles in order of rarity. Yeah, okay. So just a recap of what we went over the other day when they announced the maintenance. Nothing extra that we didn't already know about. So that's cool. Maintenance complete. Maintenance is done. Thank you for playing. Cool. And we did get a medal. Let's see. 180 fairy types, which is good for an energy pillow. That will come in handy next week or the week after. And then research community. How many reports do we have today? Only 38. Ooh, that's kind of low. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 that doubled up. That is also kind of low. Let's see, 5 out of 30. That's roughly 1 in 8. So, ooh, yeah, that's like 12% or something like that. Pretty low. No level ups. I guess the game thought the shiny was reward enough. All right. Now let's collect from everybody. I'm not collecting from you. I'm not sure why I clicked on you. You, however, have only triggered your skill twice this week. Not really super great. You, however, have triggered multiple times that I've lost count of exactly how many times you have triggered. Psyduck is actually, even especially now that it's level 10, has been doing wonders for the team. Honestly, Eevee, this Eevee has triggered its skill more than Kirlia has, so I'm beginning to hesitate on making that Kirlia Gardevoir. I'll probably need to do a little bit of research into the base skill activation rates for Gardevoir and see if it's just a significant jump from Kirlia. And if it is, then it may still be worthwhile. But as of right now, Kirlia is not inspiring much confidence. Let's go ahead and get some breakfast going. We'll throw in a bunch of this extra stuff. Probably here tomorrow or Saturday. Need to, yeah, we're running out of things. Probably gonna need to switch into ingredients for the rest of the week. I may have to put a team together for tomorrow that is a normal team, just to kind of push us to where we want to be. But we'll have to see how that goes. Let's see, for now, we've got 9,965 from this Drought Katsu Curry. All right. And that is, I don't know if that'll put us to the next rank or not. I forgot to look. Oh yeah, definitely. So we're at Ultra 3. We're getting really close to the target we wanted to be. I kind of would like to be there by the end of the day, so I may swap out even sooner. Because I would like to have a full 3 days with the better EV odds, which actually, speaking of EV odds, I messed up a little bit. I think I ran the calculation for the EV odds at the beginning of the week on Greengrass. I thought I clicked Cyan Beach, but then I ran the calculation again yesterday, and it was saying that we have like a 50% chance as long as we get a snoozing type sleep. We have a 50% chance pretty much the entire week to see Eevee. So I'm not sure what happened. I haven't gone back to watch the video from Monday, but I thought I did pick Cyan Beach. Maybe I just misclicked or forgot to click it, but I was trying to have the calculations run again so that I could show you the updated stats and probabilities. But I mean, we've got Cyan, snoozing, everything's normal. I've picked Eevee with all the sleep types, but you can see right here, this constant spinning circle, it's not working. I've run it twice now, or actually 3 times, and this is number 4, and it just isn't populating. So I don't know if maybe there's something behind the scenes that they're having some issues with the site. Maybe there's a lot of traffic because of what we're about to talk about. But yeah, so the odds of us seeing an Eevee are actually quite different. So if we get snoozing, there's like a 50% chance of us seeing an Eevee. And funny enough, the best odds of seeing Eevee were in like the first couple of ranks. So if we'd have just run a very low power team and not collected any berries and swapped out Pokemon before their berries could be turned into sneaky snacking, we'd have like a 90% chance or something like that of seeing Eevee if we got snoozing. But that's a bit more effort than I want to put into the game. Like constantly just swapping our team every 2 hours. It doesn't really seem like something I want to do. So even still, the rest of the week, all the way up to like, I think 90 million or something, we had like a 50% chance. So I'm not really worried about doing that when 50-50 is pretty good odds and keeps the game fun for me. But we're here on this screen because I really want to talk about the Raikou stuff that got added to the game. It has already been data mined. We did know what the main skill was going to be, where it instantly gets you a multiple of the usual help from all Pokemon on the team. All Pokemon on the team. So, unlike drew a blank. Growlithe. There we go. Unlike Growlithe, that only gets you the help from one Pokemon on the team, Raikou gets you help from everyone on the team, which is very, very beneficial. And then if I remember correctly, the boost was from having electric types of different species on the team. I forget off the top of my head. But we also now know that it's going to take 30 friendship points to take one home with you. So somebody mentioned this in the comments yesterday, and I believe I also mentioned something, or no, I was talking about something else. Somebody mentioned in the comments yesterday that it is probably going to be beneficial to go ahead and catch the first Raikou with the Master Biscuit. The good side to that is that the first Raikou that we all catch is going to be the same stat-wise. It's going to have all the same skills, the same nature. It should be exactly the same for all of us. The idea being that if they're going to give us a Raikou, then it's going to, if they're going to give us all the same Raikou, then it's going to be at least decent to where a Master Biscuit is justifiable use. Honestly, the fact that it's 30 friendship points is, good enough justification for me to use a Master Biscuit, because that's a lot. The Raikou biscuits only give you 6. So let's say you get no critical hits or big hits. It's going to take you 5 biscuits to catch it. So a Master Biscuit, if you have one and you're on the hunt for a better Raikou, pretty justifiable in my book. I'm trying to, here on the right, trying to find the skill. There we go. Helper boost. Let's refresh our memory on what this does. The more different species of electric type Pokemon on your team. Yeah. So that's what it was. You have to have different electric species. So 2 Raichus wouldn't work. You'd have to have a Raichu, a Pichu, or Pikachu. I don't think this means that you want to always run a max electric team. But let's see. A team with 5. Oh, it doesn't actually give us what the multipliers are. Okay, never mind. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. There's a team of 5 different species of electric type Pokemon. You'll instantly get times 11. Oh, that's right, because I did say something about it seems additive, but it was something different. Either way, we're not gonna read all of that now. We've gone through it. I'll leave it on screen if you want to pause and read it. But what I wanted to get over was the 30 friendship points to take it home. It is seemingly going to be beneficial to go ahead and just use your Master Biscuit, catch the first one that almost certainly will be at least decent. I'm assuming somewhere around a 75, 80 PR. It's probably going to be good, but not good enough that you're not going to want to hunt any more of them. So that's my assumption. Again, speculation. We'll just have to wait and see once it actually comes out what the skill set's going to be. Some of us that get to it later in the day could actually look at what other people get when they catch their first Raikou, and you may decide, oh, actually, I don't think I want to use my Master Biscuit for that. I still think it's going to be beneficial to use your Master Biscuit just to go ahead and have one and put it on your team for the rest of the Raikou event. But that is ultimately a decision that's up to you on if you want to use your Master Biscuit for it. I just think that's going to be the best practice. So that's kind of where I'm sitting on that one. But let's go ahead and move on and cover the rest of it. Its base inventory is going to be 22. You will get 655 research XP when you find one, and 4,715 dream shards. And you'll get 25 Raikou candy for sending it to the professor. So all pretty good. The one thing that I don't like, and this is a personal thing, this may be beneficial for you just because you get it more often. I don't like that it's snoozing type. I have a hard time getting snoozing type sleep. So I don't like that, but it is what it is. I scrolled on the wrong one. But we still don't know what the ingredients are going to be. That's why the Slowpoke tails are here. They're just a placeholder. We do know that it does not start showing up until Master 9 on Greengrass Isle. For the 1-star sleep, the 2-star sleep is at Master 13, and the 3-star sleep is at Master 19. But we don't know how much drowsy power it's going to require for it to show up. I imagine probably a lot. Since they said it would be exceedingly rare to spawn naturally, I am imagining it's gonna be a lot for the drowsy power requirement. So I wouldn't get your hopes up just because you hit Master 9. I wouldn't be super excited that you're gonna see it. I'm hoping that the reason this sleep style probability is down right now is... Oh wait, yeah, snoozing is the type I hate. I was about to correct myself, but no, it is snoozing. Yeah, Raikou's here. I doubt we can run a calculation, but let's terminate the old one. Let's try calculate Raikou. Yeah, not gonna work. I kind of figured it wouldn't, but at least we can try. But yeah, so that is all the info that we've got on Raikou from the data mine, or data mine? No, not data leak either. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is data mine. I don't know. Brain's not quite awake yet. But that's what the info... Jeez, words, get together. Anyway, that is the info that we have on Raikou, so we kind of have a better idea of what we're looking for in the Raikou event. That's going to be my strategy moving forward for the Raikou event, is to just go ahead and capture the first one as soon as possible with a Master Biscuit. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and get a shiny and we just need to give it a Poke Biscuit. Who knows? One of us will probably get lucky like that. But that said, that is all I've got for today. Not a whole lot. Well, no, there was a whole lot going on. We had a shiny, which is crazy. Turned out to be not good, but I think it was okay. We'll see. Let's check. Did it ever finish? No, it didn't finish. Okay, so the site's just kind of struggling at the moment. It is what it is. That's what happens whenever there's a whole bunch of new information and they're trying to update things in the background. It happens. We're not going to judge them for it. But that said, that is all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Tell me what your Ryko strategy is going to be down in the comments. And y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We have a lot to talk about today, so make sure you have a snack handy, and we're just going to jump straight into it and get this out of the way so that we can go over all of the details for the Ryko event. We have information on both the weekly missions that we're going to get during the event, as well as what's in the exchange shop. We're going to go through that a little bit later, but first let's grab our sleep points. Well, that was actually our XP, not our points. But we're also going to get 3,414 sneaky snacking. We're going to get 10 honey for going to bed on time. And there's our sleep points. 100 will put us at 3,788. And then our daily lottery biscuits would be nice, especially with what's coming up. Yes, there we go. Biscuit, finally. We had like a week and a half stretch where we got a biscuit seemingly every other day. And then since then, the biscuits have been kind of lacking. But we're definitely going to need some for what's coming up. And let's get this sleep report. Maybe we'll get lucky and get snoozing. I kind of slept. I felt like I slept pretty terribly, but that usually means that tossing and turning a little bit, not really slumbering. Yeah, see? 8 hours and 56 minutes. Yikes, 12:43 is when it thinks I went to sleep. Yeah, I was in bed at 11:30, and yeah, crazy. 6% dozing, 58% snoozing, and 36% slumbering. So it does look like snoozing. Yes, there we go. Okay. So we should, if I have my calculations correct, and if I didn't, if I selected all the right things and I didn't misclick something, we should have a 50-50 shot of seeing an Eevee. With 18.5 million, we should have a pretty good chance of seeing an Eevee. Any of these could be Eevee. I think. Maybe not the 3-star. There's a Rattata. I think that's the 3-star. Yep. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, no Eevee at all. We lost the gamble. The 50-50 gamble we lost. Rattata, Pikachu, Raticate, Slowpoke, Mr. Mime, Rattata, and Growlithe. All right. What do we take home from there? Probably Pikachu might be the most helpful out of all of these. No one's hungry. Ooh. Yeah, Pikachu is the most helpful, but we're definitely not going to be spending any regular biscuits on anybody. So yeah, let's go ahead and give Pikachu the bonus biscuit, and we'll see. Nope. No critical capture, so just the 3 friendship points, and that means we're not catching anything today. But that's all right. That also means that we are burning through all this normal stuff that we do. Let's give out. Ooh. Probably. I know there's a lot of new players that have come in. Let's give out some Slowpoke candy to try to help them get some tails. And then we did get 710 research XP and 1,759 dream shards. Very nice. We do need some dream shards after the candy boost week we had. Burnt a lot of them. All right. So, no new news. Nope. No medals, but there are community reports, about 46 of them. 48. I almost said 48 and I second guessed it. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 that doubled up. Very nice. Above the 25% that we like to see. Very good. No level ups. Come on, click the back button. All right. So now we can collect the ingredients and stuff. Eevee, there we go. Ingredient magnet is very good. I didn't feed lunch or dinner yesterday just to try to save up some more ingredients, and even still, I think we're gonna have to swap out to a better team. Curlia did activate last night before bed and again today, so that's 4 skill triggers so far. Which someone in the comments did bring up a good point that this Curlia is, let's see, level 20. Yeah, skill trigger is at level 75. So that may be why we're not seeing too many skill triggers from Curlia. So I definitely need to take that into account. Maybe with the helping bonus, it might be worthwhile to evolve it. Still haven't got around to comparing Wigglytuff to this particular Curlia if it were a Gardevoir, but I need to try to find a way to compare the two of them and their expected skill triggers. But that said, Electric Week? Oh, I thought these were gone. I was very confused why there was an electric icon on the mission thing. I thought those had already disappeared. Normally, I thought it was only like 3 or 4 days before they went away. Anyway, let's see about breakfast. What can we do? Anything interesting? Again, the Drought Katsu curry. It's kind of been our go-to just magically this week. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that Drought Katsu. We're gonna throw in a bunch of random stuff. Not gonna use the leeks or the tails, but I'm fine with using pretty much anything else. Actually, let's go ahead and throw in this honey that we got. Yeah, pretty much anything else is fair game. Even corn. Just a couple of corn to round it out. And we are in desperate need of getting some ingredients to prepare for next week. Now that I know we have pretty much a fit, well, now we got an extra tasty. All right. So 18,762, trying to make up for the fact that we didn't make lunch or dinner yesterday, I guess. And that should put us, where's it at? No energy for anybody, because Curlia triggered. Oh, everybody got +1 still. Interesting. So it does put us at Ultra 4. Nice. All right. And then before we get into all the information, we do need to make one change. Ooh, we got a mission done. A dream cluster. Nice. We do need to make one change on the team before we get into everything. I want to, let's see. I want to get a better team that can start collecting us some ingredients so that we can have plenty for next week. Honestly, these two alone. Oh, no, whoops. That one. Are going to be very good on the team. Trying to think of what the most balanced team just to get a wide variety of ingredients for meals is. I think potatoes are really good for pretty much everything. Let's see, who else? We get plenty of tomatoes from Victory Bell, so we don't need Venusaur on the team. Ooh, yep. Corn, where are you at? You're gonna be really good on the team. Corn's a really good one. And then we need, oil. Probably a good thing to get some more oil, so let's go ahead and throw Toxicroak on the team. Not quite full energy, but it's all right. He should still produce plenty of oil, and then tomorrow should also give a good amount of oil. But that's the team we're gonna run with for now. We're gonna try to get some ingredients. I may switch up individual members throughout the rest of the weekend just to try to vary up the amount of, the type of ingredients that we have, so that we have plenty to start off with no matter what recipe type we get for next week. But speaking of next week, we have the information for both the events that are going to happen for week 1 and the missions. God, I cannot get my words straight. This is what happens when you record things live and you don't edit. We have the missions for week 1 and week 2. So I'm going to go through those and then we'll get into the item exchange and what you can change the mains in for. So for week 1, for getting Snorlax to basic 2, we get 15 Raikou mains. For Ultra 1, we get 25. Ultra 4, we get 40. Ultra 4 should be pretty easy for almost anybody on Greengrass. Unless you are just like a brand new, just started this past week or two, you should still be able to get to Ultra 4 with a pretty decent team. So I don't suspect that anybody will have any problems with that. And that alone is going to be, what is that, 80? Yeah, that's 80 Raikou mains right there just for getting to Ultra 4. Giving out 15 biscuits is another 40 Raikou main. That's why I'm saving my biscuits, because we don't have anywhere close to 15. So, you know, if we can get some more from the lottery, that'd be great. And then we've got 7 incense, use 7 incense for 40 Raikou main. Also going to be kind of easy, but if it may be kind of hard for some players who haven't stocked up or used a bunch of theirs in the last event that we had. And then another one that's pretty easy, stick to your bedtime 3 times for another 40 Raikou mains. So all in all, this gives out 160, 200 Raikou mains just for week 1 if you complete all of the missions. And then we've got week 2, get Snorlax to Ultra 5. This is going to be the harder week. Ultra 5 gives 15 mains, Master 2 is 25 mains, Master 5 is 40 mains, so that's another 80. And then if you use 100 candies, that's 40 Raikou mains, and then go to bed on time 3 times again for 40 Raikou mains, and then cook 12 times for 40 Raikou mains. So in terms of progression with Snorlax, this is going to be the harder week. Again, Master 5 is going to be more difficult. If you're a newer player, started in the last month, maybe 2 months, you might have a little bit of a hard time getting there, but Master 2 should be pretty easy for a lot of players. And if you can make it to Master 5, even better, that's another 40. We still don't know exactly how many mains are going to drop from sleep research, so this may or may not be a lot in terms of that, but you're still going to get a decent amount from all the other missions, so I wouldn't sweat it if this is the only one you can't get to. It's not going to be that big of a deal in the grand scheme, because as we're about to see here in a minute, all of the items are limited except for one, and even it is limited just in a way that you're probably not going to hit the cap anyway. So as far as the exchanges go, actually, hold on. We got 200 from week 1, and then from week 2, it looks like another 200. So it looks like if you complete all the missions, you get 400 mains, if I've done my quick and dirty math correctly, which means that you can only buy 2 Raikou incense at the exchange rate of 80 mains. So those 2, you should be able to get pretty easily based on the first week's missions. And then that way you got 2 Raikou incense. Remember, you can only hold 1 Raikou incense in your inventory at a time, and even putting it on the stump still counts as in your inventory. So it's not like we can stock up on these anyway. So you get your 2 Raikou incense for 80 each, which is 160. And then you've got 3 more Raikou incense that you can buy for 160 each. And I don't think you can actually buy, yeah, no, you can't buy all 5 of them with just the mission mains. So I don't know that it's really beneficial to try to go for all 5 of the Raikou incense. It may be better if you get a pretty decent one to just not gamble as much and maybe do something that we're going to talk about here in a minute. You can also exchange 60 Raikou mains for 1 Raikou biscuit, which that's a pretty hefty exchange, and you can only buy 2 at that price. And then from there, it's 120 mains for 1 biscuit, and you can buy 4 at that price. And so it looks like, yeah, it looks like there's only 6 Raikou biscuits that you can buy. So you can only buy 5 total incense and only 6 total biscuits. So keep that in mind. Biscuits aren't going to be as easy to come by as we thought. But that said, remember that any Raikou biscuits you have left over at the end of the event exchange, I think, change automatically into great biscuits. So if you can buy more and you're happy with the Raikou you have, buying those are a cheaper way rather than spending diamonds or sleep points to get some extra great biscuits for in the future. You can then exchange 12 Raikou mains for 1 small handy candy. You can get 15 of those. You can exchange another 12 for 1 small dream cluster, also limited to 15. 350 mains is what it's going to cost to get the main skill seed. For a free to play, I would prioritize that item over pretty much anything else, even above the Great Biscuits or the Ryko Biscuits that convert to Great Biscuits, because we almost never see main skill seeds as a free player. So I think any opportunity we have to get main skill seeds, you should try to prioritize it. Do I think that you should prioritize it over getting at least one Ryko? Probably not. I think your first priority should be just to get the basic Ryko that we all get. That's going to be probably pretty decent. After that, if you can't really do much of anything else, if you're not getting good mains, I would prioritize just buying the main skill seed. We should have plenty of mains, hopefully by the end of the event, since it is 2 weeks and we get more than just what's in the event, because we get some from sleep research. But that would be my priority. Just go ahead and get the main skill seed and not have to worry about it the rest of the week or the event. You can then exchange 120 mains for 1 Thunderstone. It is also a limit of 1. Thunderstone, that's actually a pretty decent one. You can get them with sleep points, so I don't know that it's a high priority because it really only applies to a couple of Pokemon in the game right now. Maybe only Jolteon in the game. Or no, Raichu as well. So yeah, it only applies to a couple Pokemon. You probably already have a good one by now, so that one's up to you on how much you want to prioritize it. You can then exchange 2 mains for 1 candy, and there's a maximum of 100 that you can buy that way. And then you can exchange 6 mains for 1 Ryko candy, and that is essentially unlimited. It's a max of 999, but most people probably won't hit that. I'm sure somebody will, but most of us probably won't. And then 70 mains. Oh, there is one more Ryko incense. So you can buy this incense for 70 mains. So there's 6 total, and then 50 mains for 1 Ryko biscuit, and there's a max of 2. So 8 biscuits total and 6 incense total. Honestly, yeah. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad idea to buy some of those biscuits, especially at the cheaper prices if you can. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. I think that's gonna be my play, is just getting the first one, catching it quickly, then trying to get that main skill seed as quickly as possible, and then using my mains to buy biscuits, incense, Thunderstone probably, just because it is something I don't want to have to spend sleep points on later. And then handy candies, probably even better. Depending on how good the Ryko we get, maybe some Ryko candies to help power it up. But honestly, once you get past the 100, oh yeah, this is interesting. Once you buy the 100 Ryko candy for 2 mains each, you actually get a better benefit from buying the handy candies, which you can only get 15, versus buying Ryko candy for 6 mains each. Because the handy candies give you 3, versus just 1 candy for 6, you get 3 candies for 12. So you're essentially buy 2, get 1 free at that point. So buying the handy candy, if you're going to use it on Ryko, it's better to buy the handy candy for that once you get past your initial 100 from the 2 mains per candy. Other than that, it seems like a pretty solid event exchange. Thunderstone is pretty good. I think the Dream Cluster, probably the lowest priority for me, but everything else on there is pretty solid. You know, you've got plenty, most likely you have plenty of incense that you probably won't buy them all. The biscuits, try to buy them all just so they convert to Great Biscuits. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty stacked. I think we have a pretty solid plan of what to do. Hopefully this information has helped you to formulate a plan of how you're going to tackle all of this. Keep in mind, the missions are split across 2 weeks, so we're gonna get 400 free mains from there, and who knows how many we're gonna get from sleep research. So take that information, formulate a plan that'll work best for you, and hopefully we'll all have a fantastic Ryko event. I almost said week, but it's 2 weeks. It's weird. A Ryko event. Wow. Yeah, hopefully we'll all have a fantastic Ryko event. I think we will, given all the information that we have. We all have a pretty solid strategy, and something that was also pointed out in the comments is that on Sunday night, go ahead and swap to a full electric berry team as best you can. It doesn't matter who's on the team because that first night's research will be from Sunday anyway. But when you roll into Monday morning, you should have a pretty healthy jump start on the week if you have a full team of electric berry gatherers, or as many as you can. You may even not want to do electric if you have a really good Gengar or something that's just bringing in a ton of berries. That will also help. But Greppa's especially, because we know that Greppa is going to be a favorite. We just don't know about the other two. You may get lucky and, Bluckberry will be a favorite for you. Who knows? But that is a solid strategy as well, to change out on Sunday night, change out for as many Greppa Berry specialists as you can. And other than that, I think we have covered everything that I wanted to cover today, and that is all I've got. So thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day, and until I see you next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 6 here on Cyan Beach, getting ready for the Raikou event. And we are going to start off today with grabbing all of our 100 XP. That means we did sleep enough, which is good because I slept terribly last night. We're going to get 505 sneaky snacking and 1 recovery incense, which is going to help with those missions that we're going to have next, or I can't remember if it's week 1 or week 2, but we do have a mission to use 7 incense. We're also going to get our 100 sleep points, which puts us at 3,888. And for our daily lottery, oh, there we go. The Good Sleep Day bundles are now live if you want them. And then for our lottery, we've got a small ingredient ticket. Very nice. All right. We are probably going to need those with how infrequent these ingredients have been coming in. I'm trying to stock up for next week and the week after, but it doesn't seem to be stocking up too quickly. But let's go ahead and jump into the sleep report, see what happens. Still would love to see an Eevee that is a good Jolteon candidate. Definitely need one. 9 hours and 9 minutes of sleep. Went to bed early, woke up a little early. Got a big day ahead. Oh, it's not looking good for the snoozing type. That's unfortunate. So we got 13% dozing, 34% snoozing, and 53% slumbering. Yeah, we did get a slumbering type. That is unfortunate. That means no Eevee, which is a big yikes. We are going to get a decent amount of spawns, though. It doesn't look like 8 spawns yet. Probably not going to happen. 23.6 million, almost 0.7. Not bad at all. Let's start our research now. Maybe we'll get something good anyway. I mean, a Bonsley, not so much. Maybe we'll at least get the 2 sleep types we need so that we can start off the Raikou event with the fully maxed out pot. I did see a Golduck in there. That's interesting. No new sleep types, but a Mime Jr., Igglybuff, Golduck, Sudowoodo, another Sudowoodo, a Bonsley, and a Squirtle. Today is the day of fake trees and dead wood. So I guess the game didn't like my comment about the fake trees and dead wood because it just crashed super hard. I've never had it crash in that specific instance before. It doesn't look like anybody's hungry. It didn't play an animation, but I'm not sure if it will simply because of the crash. Okay, no, just nobody was hungry. Yeah, not really looking too great, honestly. The game's kind of running a little slow and chunky now, too. Part of me just wants to feed the Golduck again, just because we already fed it. And it seems like it would probably be the most beneficial. Mime Jr. could be good, too. Honestly, we have a good enough Psyduck. Let's go ahead and feed the Mime Jr. Just see what happens. All right, no big hit, so we're not taking it home. 2 days in a row, we didn't get any new friends. And we're definitely not spending our biscuits because we are saving those. We're gonna need a bunch. Out of everything here, honestly, probably the Mime Jr. candy again, just to help people get prepared for Lapis. So yeah, let's do that. Probably not a whole lot. Yeah, only 1,084 research XP. Probably not going to level up this week. 2,172 dream shards. Would be nice to level up just for a little bit of extra rewards, but probably not happening. So let's see. I doubt we have news. Correct. No new news. No medals, but we do have community reports, about 47 of them. 36, ooh, that number's down. That might be just because I'm up and recording quite a bit earlier than normal, so that's probably all that is. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 that doubled up. That's about a 1 in 7. I don't know what that percentage is off the top of my head, but I know it is significantly lower than the 25%. No level ups today either. Very quick run through of everything today. But let's go ahead and see what we've got for our ingredients. An ingredient trigger on that Blastoise is very nice. An extra 17 ingredients never hurts. How about you? You gonna give me one too? Yeah, there we go. It's only 8 for you, but I will take it, especially if you're gonna give me some leaks, because everyone knows Doug Trio's been slacking on leaks. All right, not as much oil as I wanted, but 12 is still good. Can we get a skill trigger here? This is the one we really want. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we should get tons of potatoes and possibly a good amount of tomatoes today. And because of that, I think that puts Victory Bell. That might, well, no, I used it all day yesterday, so yeah, it'll only be 120 something ish. 116, yeah. 116 is not bad at all. Okay, so we're gonna do things a little bit different today. I think that I'm still gonna hold off. I'm not gonna make breakfast. I haven't been making too many meals the last couple of days. I've been skipping at least one meal. I think Thursday I skipped both lunch and dinner. Yesterday I skipped lunch. I'm just trying to stock up on some ingredients so that we're not left empty-handed for the Raikou event. We've got a decent amount. I would like some more. I might swap in Beware on the team in place of somebody else later on today. Maybe in place of the regular Blastoise we have. But yeah, I did want to get to Master 3 to get that Eevee incense. But as easy as it is to find an Eevee, I'm not super worried about it. So, you know what? Honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and swap them out now. Let's go ahead and swap out Blastoise. Oh, there he is. I forgot I had it sorted by RP for Beware. Let's get some more corn and sausage coming in. And then one thing that I want to do today for sure, I doubt we're gonna find a better one. I'm pretty sure it can't even spawn. Before I do this, let me double check, because I'm gonna be mad at myself if I do this and then I find another one, but I'm pretty sure this can't even spawn on the beach. Let's see. No, it cannot. Okay. I was pretty sure, and then as soon as I said it, I started to second guess myself because, you know, that's how brains work. But let's see, we can already evolve it to a Flaffy. And before we do that, this Flaffy, I have compared the two, both of them as an Ampharos. This one doesn't get much better. So let's go ahead and send that one to the professor. The Mareep as an Ampharos gets just a little bit better. It goes from 83% skill trigger rate to an 87. So it gets a little bit better. I'm assuming that's just because the base skill trigger rate is a little bit higher. But in preparation for the Raikou event, we're going to go ahead and get this thing ready. So we're going to evolve it to a Flaffy. And ideally, we want to get it to level 25, where it has its helping speed up. And the idea is, because you guys have been giving me some pretty good tips in the comments, so for those of you that don't normally check the comments, you may want to start looking at them for some of these tips, because there's some pretty good, pretty interesting stuff in there. I think I'm going to try something a little cheeky this time. I think I'm going to have a team set up all day Sunday and just let them stock up berries and not collect, and have an extra helpful on the team to try to overfill their inventory with berries. I think I'm going to try that. I'm not 100% sure yet, but if we are going to try that, you already know who it's going to be. But let's see, we need to worry about this Ampharos first. 1 XP away. Really? Really? All right. It's worth it. We still got a little bit to go anyway. Let's go ahead and evolve. Boom. Maybe? Okay, good. The game didn't crash again. I thought it was about to. That would be my luck. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. So far, I've got Raichu and Ampharos to put on that team. I'm thinking about the Halloween Pikachu, because it seems to be the best Pikachu that I have. The only problem is I would have to put a lot of candies into it to get it to level 25, 30 for it to really make a difference. We don't have enough to get you to 25 just yet. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and pull up the calculator. Let's switch back over here. Pokemon EXP calculator. We are at level 23 with 555 to go and 16 candies. What does it take to get to 25? 11 small candies. Yeah, we could spare that. This should be the only one that we need to really use candies for. So, shouldn't be a problem. 1352 because we hit level 25 and got that Helping Speed M. Yep, Helping Speed M. Charge Strength M at level 3, which is really nice. In conjunction with that, I'm thinking about also putting Espeon on the team and not collecting from it all day Sunday, just so that we can guarantee a skill proc Monday morning from it, hopefully. Because that'll be a boost of like, I think it's 2,750 or something like that from Espeon on Greengrass. So if we can get both of these to proc, that should put us well into basic 3 by that point, and then add on all the berries on top of it. Basically, I'm just trying to start off with as much as possible, but it's going to be interesting. There are other options, like putting other good berry finders on the team and stocking up on them as well. But if we are going to try the extra helpful, we're going to need this guy on the team. And honestly, probably going to need to bump him up to level 25 as well. So yeah, that's going to be, which is going to suck because its XP gains down. But I think that's the right call, is to try to go ahead and bump him up to level 25 and evolve him, which we can evolve him at any time we want since it's Firestone. I'm just not 100% sure that I'm going to do it just yet. That's just what I'm thinking about. I would like to get an Eevee to use the Eevee or the Jolteon for the extra helpful instead, but we may not have a choice. I'm really hoping that we can get a Jolteon with Berry Finder and skill level up just to get a better extra helpful, but I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. That's currently what I'm thinking. I did want to get the Ampharos done because that is for sure going on the team, and that is definitely going to help quite a bit. So we have Ampharos all done and dusted, ready to go. We just need to figure out what the rest of the team's going to look like, because unfortunately, I do not have the best electric type choices. So I'm going to be trying to figure that out today and tomorrow of what we can do. There you go. Give me nope. No corn. All right. Well, that is short and sweet today, but that is all I've got. That's kind of where my head's at, is just trying to figure out how to start off the best of the week with it on the right foot. The best of the week? Man, it's too early. Trying to figure out how I'm going to start off next week in the best case scenario. I'll start off on the right foot. Hopefully, I mean, if we could get to Master 1 by the end of day 1, that'd be fantastic. Probably not going to happen, but we're going to try. And that is all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to have a wonderful day no matter where you are in the world. And until I see you next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on the final day before Raikou event starts. And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now if I seem a little tired or a little low energy today. Got home late. I went out of town last night or yesterday for my birthday celebration. Got back way late. Woke up about the same time I normally do, maybe a little later. And yeah, still not quite awake yet. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna grab our experience and everything for the Pokemon. We're gonna grab 903 sneaky snacking. And also tonight is the first night of Good Sleep Day. Again, now is the time to use your incense, both growth, focus, luck, and friend incense are all good to use during Good Sleep Day. However, if you only have one or two that you're going to use, make sure to save them for tomorrow. And honestly, even if you've got a couple, you may want to wait and save them until tomorrow night or the night after for the Raikou event. It's probably going to be better used there, but it's entirely up to you. Just wanted to make you aware that now's the time for those incense. And we also have missions for the using 7 incense for the Raikou anyway, if that's in week 1. I forgot to look again to see if it was week 1 or week 2, but just be aware that it is somewhere in there. And let's go ahead and grab our sleep points. We have 98 of them, which puts us at 3,986. Yes. I can do some math, apparently. And let's grab our daily lottery. Raikou bundles also now available. So if you're going to pick up any of those, now is the time. But for our lottery, we only got a small dream cluster. Ooh, not what we want to see, but it will definitely be put to good use at some point. Didn't even get a full night's sleep, only a 98. Yikes. Well, let's jump into this sleep report. Let's see how good it actually was. I feel like I slept pretty hard. I was pretty worn out after spending all day on my feet yesterday. 8 hours, 22 minutes. Yeah, 1:38. I did wake up at 10 a.m. That is correct. 1:38, about right. 16% dozing, 54% snoozing, which is good. We do want snoozing type still. We still want snoozing with 30% slumbering. So let's see. Dozing, okay. Well, the game is determined to not give me an Eevee this week. So let's see what we got. It doesn't look like we got 8 spawns. We did get it in a top belly and a 3-star. I would like 2 spawns though. 25.3 million is not bad at all. Not bad considering we haven't really been focusing on anything. I didn't do lunch or dinner yesterday. Let's see. We may do I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a breakfast or not. We'll have to see what our ingredients are at. It looks like no new sleep types. Sleep styles, I mean. We did get a Bellsprout, a Caterpie, a Primeape, another Bellsprout, a Mankey, another Mankey, and a Gulpin. So, out of all that, what would I even want to catch out of that? I think it's between the Mankeys and the Bellsprout. Just because those are helpful on Lapis. Probably the Mankey, honestly. I feel like Bellsprout, we have a really solid one. Whereas for the Mankeys, we have an okay one. But I don't believe it has Berry Finder. I think it's only really good because it has Helping Speed S and Helping Speed M at level 10 and 25. So let's try to see if we can get a Berry Finder Mankey. That would be really nice. No big hit, which of course means that unfortunately we're not taking anything home with us today either because we're saving these biscuits. It would be nice if you could roll over just 1 bonus biscuit to the next day. And if you don't use it the next day, then it's gone. That way you could have 2 bonus biscuits. You're like, nothing really showed up here today that's really good. Let me go ahead and save that bonus biscuit. Probably goes against the spirit of the game, but it would be nice. I would appreciate it. The other unfortunate part, and this is something I wanted to mention going forward, but actually let me go ahead and do it now because otherwise I'll probably forget. When you're sending out your photo for sleep for your community reports today, try to pick an electric type. I'm not 100% sure that there is going to be a big bonus, but I think there's maybe a better chance of getting a Raikou main. Let me read what I saw. It was saying that sending out electric type sleep style photos could yield more mains for your friends. So I don't know if that's confirmed, if I've just brain-holed that information. Maybe we did get that confirmed somewhere and I just don't remember it. But yeah, send out electric photos today if you can, just to try to help your friends get more mains. Unfortunately, I don't have any electrics to send out, so yeah, I'm just gonna send out what I can. Also, with the community reports, if you're used to collecting your reports multiple times throughout the day, you may want to hold off and not collect them until tomorrow morning, just to get as many reports as possible first thing, because you will have a chance of getting Ryko mains. And that way you can do it early in the morning and just try to get as many as possible, and possibly even get a few extra just by saving them until tomorrow that you wouldn't have gotten normally throughout the week. We did get 1,359 research XP and 2,087 dream shards, which is not bad. Not bad for the slow week we've had, the kind of chilled week. Really chill compared to the last time. But let's see, it looks like we have some new news. We do update contents. Oh, okay, so that is different. Let's see, what do we got then? What's coming up? This update includes the following improvement. You will need to update to the latest version through your app store. Bug fixes. Nice. I mean, at least they let us know, but I was hoping it was going to be something a little more juicy than just bug fixes. But all right, well, at least we know they're working on the game. That's always good. I'm never going to be upset about that. And then for the community reports, I'm going to go ahead and collect them now because I do already just only collect them once a day. So you guys see, the only time I ever collect friend reports is on camera for the videos. So I'm not going to run out, or I'm not going to lose out on any community reports. But like I said, if you're used to collecting them multiple times throughout the day, maybe just hold off and just collect them first thing in the morning. But we did get 46 reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that doubled up out of, what was it, 46? So a little shy of the 25%, but not too bad. Hey, JD001, level 5, there we go. Just in time. Literally coming in the nick of time for the Ryko event. And I'm gonna mispronounce this one. JR Pikachi? Probably horribly mispronounced that. I apologize, because I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm sorry, because I am almost positive I mispronounced that one. And Kristen Molly also coming in at level 5. All 3 perfect timing for the event, with 6 small handy candies to go along with it. Chef's kiss. Fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and back out. Let's collect from our helpers. I definitely need corn, because somehow between the two of you, the corn has not been flowing as of yesterday. I was looking at how much corn we have stocked up. We have tons of sausage, but our corn supplies are running a bit low. We also have plenty of milk and cocoa now, so probably gonna switch out for some more ingredients, and then halfway through the day, for some different ingredients, I mean, and then halfway through the day, swap into the rest of our electric team. I'm not really worried about getting Ryko on the team necessarily if I need a slot for more ingredients. I don't need Ryko on the team because it's fast enough that it will fill up over the course of the night anyway. But yeah, see, only 37 corn, and I had both Beware and Dragonair on the team the entire day yesterday. They've been on the team for over 24 hours at this point, because when I recorded yesterday's video, it was earlier than this. So let's see, what do we need that would be beneficial? Okay, so let's see. I think we're pretty well covered on curries. If we could have got, actually no, we still have tomorrow. We could get 2 more sleep styles tomorrow, which would be very nice if we could do that, because that means that we could then increase our pot space. So we could make Dream Eater butter curry if we do that first thing tomorrow morning. The rest we have almost enough. You know what? I might switch in Gengar, honestly, because that would cover us with a grilled tail curry just as a backup. Spicy leek curry is good, but we just don't have the leek production that we need to make it happen. And limbercorn stew, we have plenty. So we're covered on curries. For salads, we have enough actually for the slowpoke tail pepper salad. So we can make that first thing in the morning if need be. And then move on from there. It does look like putting Gengar on the team to get some herbs and mushrooms is a good call, because that would also cover us on a spore mushroom salad if need be. But we do have enough for the slowpoke salad, so we definitely go for that one first. And then, so we're covered on curries and salads. For desserts, we're covered on everything. We don't really need much of anything else. We have enough for the explosion popcorn, which is what we're gonna do over the Lovely Kiss smoothie. What else? If we get the 2 sleep styles, then Jigglypuff's fruity flan is on the table. We don't have enough for that because we don't have the apples or the honey or the eggs. So we have nothing we need for that, but it is something we could go for. But we're covered on explosion popcorn. So yeah, we are actually pretty good. So that's good. That tells me exactly what we need to do for this team. And we are going to... We're going to swap out. I kind of talked about yesterday what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and switch to our green grass team. We're going to put, I guess we can go ahead and put Raichu on the team. Kind of no reason not to. And then, let's see. Let's sort by electric types. We're going to go ahead and throw you on the team. Actually, just to see if it's going to happen, we're going to throw Dedenne on the team today, and I'm going to just see if I can get his skill to trigger. If it does... See, do we need you at level 25? I don't think you had skill trigger at 25, do you? No, ingredient finder. Yeah, so we're just going to see. I mean, every little bit will help going forward tomorrow. So it gives me something to do in the game today while I let the others stock up. I'm not going to collect from you because I want your skill to trigger tomorrow. I'm going to let Dedenne... I'm going to try to collect from Dedenne and see if I can get a skill trigger from him. So far, that's the only one I'll collect from today. And then another electric type. Oof. That's actually... no, this one actually outperforms the shiny. When I did my comparison analysis between these, this Pikachu and my shiny Pikachu, even though the shiny Pikachu has a higher PR for berry collecting, this one, because of its base frequency, actually outperforms it by a little bit. It's not a lot. I think it's like maybe 5% better at best, but it did outperform. So actually, hold on. The question is, I think I put them both at level 25 when I compared them. I did. Yeah. So out of the two of them, this one outperforms the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this one on the team as well. Don't need to worry about leveling it up because since I am going to leave his inventory full the entire day, it'll still be full in the morning. No need to try to power or lower the frequency. And then you, I think I'm just going to leave Sylveon on the team for now. I know I talked about yesterday putting the Growlithe on the team, maybe even evolving it to an Arcanine, just to get the extra helpful. I don't know that it's really going to make a difference. It could make some difference, but I don't think it's going to make much. The one thing I need to check on it, though, I do want to check just to see. Ooh, sorted the wrong way. There we go. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Helping speed S. See, at level 2, what does that give us at level 2? It's ×5 right now. And I'm only going to use Arcanine for today. So I think some people might have misunderstood me talking about using Arcanine for the whole week. That is not the plan. The plan is to only use them for today, just to stock up some extra berries over what they would normally get. Where are we at? Extra helpful. Let's see. At level 2, extra helpful is ×6. And then at level 3, it's ×7. So it's not really worth using a main skill seed for, but it may... You know what? This is a week of experimentation. So let's see. I do want to invest in this this Growlithe anyway, because it is very good. Yeah, we're gonna try it. We are gonna try. We do have a Firestone. I'm not worried about spending it. We can get another one eventually whenever we do get ready to evolve the Flareon, which we still don't have a good candidate for. Plus, we got the Entei event coming, which, since we're getting access to a Thunderstone through the Raikou event, we're almost certainly going to get access to a Firestone for Entei and a Waterstone from Suicune's event by extension. So, I'm not worried about it. We'll get another one later down the road. For now, the only thing I would be concerned about, and I don't know that I want to put this level of investment in right now, is just getting this guy to level 25 for the helping speed. It is very nice, potentially worth a sub-skill seed investment to get him helping speed M, but at 99 PR, can't really get much better anyway, so I don't really know if it's worth the investment simply to try to get more skill triggers. But at the very least, we have a full electric team, and you can tell by the fact that they're all orange and yellow, which means they're all electric. So we got a full electric team, you know? So we're gonna use this team, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna collect from Dedenne and Arcanine. Those two skill triggers should help us get a very good jump start if they trigger frequently. I know Arcanine's probably gonna trigger way more than Dedenne, but they should help get us a jump start. The Raichu and the Pikachu and Ampharos all have charge strength, so as long as they have a skill trigger in the morning, that'll give us another boost of strength that's just added right on top of it, plus the berries they bring in. So I think that's how we're gonna start. And then tomorrow morning, we'll switch up the team a little bit just to be a little more in line with the long-term plan. But for now, this is just a short-term goal. I did get, oh, what did I get? I got a medal. What for? Oh, 11,000 candies used to level up Pokemon. Who did I level up? I didn't level up anybody, did I? No, I just evolved Growlithe. But hey, I'll take 2 small ingredient tickets. I know I said I was going to put Gengar on the team for the extra ingredients, but honestly, with how covered we are on everything, I'm not even worried about it. I mean, the curries, maybe, but that's not even going to be a problem. So, it is what it is. Before we part for today, I did want to mention a couple of things that have happened. Let me go ahead and switch over so I can show you guys. I've noticed for the last few days that in the sleep style probability, and again, this is a premium access feature, but it's also in the sleep style lookup feature as well. The drowsy power requirement is showing NAN. I forget exactly what that means in programming speak, but essentially not applicable or something like that. But it's showing NAN, which means that when you try to run a calculation, it just can't because it doesn't have the number to run the calculation against. This apparently, according to, I think it was Raynon that actually said it, the developer for the site. Let me find the exact post. Yes, it was Raynon. Apparently some of the drowsy power requirements were changed in the last update, and so they've just disabled the drowsy power requirement feature on the website until they can get more accurate information, if I've understood correctly what they're saying. So it may be down for a little while, but we will get it back eventually once they get better information to be able to give us accurate results whenever we calculate things. There is also on the Raynon site, which this is for everybody, not just premium. They have changed the settings tab, or the settings page, to where it all is under tabs now. So you have energy, cooking, map bonus, multiplier, event bonus, and app info. Event bonus is really good. There's a bunch of options here. Whenever the event goes live, this will update, or not just the event for Raikou. Whenever future events go live, the site will automatically update with the modifiers for the event, so you don't have to do that. But for example, if you wanted to come in here today and you wanted to see what it would be like if you were running the event, you can go ahead and set berry count to custom, change it to, +1, +2, whatever. Same with ingredient count. You can custom, only electrics, +2, whatever you want to do, and you can mess around. And if you really want to dig deep, see what things are going to look like moving forward for future events. You also, speaking of the Entei and Raiko events, you could come in and say, hey, you know, let's say for the Entei event, they're going to give us, you know, +3 berry counts on fire types, and then run into team analysis and all that and do whatever calculations you want to do and go from there. So that is what has changed here. I wanted to bring your attention to that just so that you were aware. And I believe there was one other change that I wanted to mention. Yes, team analysis. So the team analysis page now can support the Raiko's main skill whenever you plug Raiko into a team. It is not 100% yet. They did say that they're running on some assumptive numbers, but they will refine it as they find more accurate information. But I'm assuming they feel like the assumptive numbers are close enough to what it's expected to be that they could actually make it live. So that is there. I'm not going to be using it. I'll figure it out once we actually get the proper numbers. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but for people who do want to dig into it, it is there and it is available for you. That said, there was a lot of information to talk about, from the drowsy power requirement all the way to the bug fixes and plans for tomorrow and strategies moving forward. Let me make sure that I did get all of the strategies. There was, let's see. Yeah, do not open. That was the big tip that I saw today, was not to open your community reports for the rest of the day and just wait until tomorrow just to try to max out as many possible mains, Raiko mains, as you can. So also send out electric sleep type photos. That was the other one. So those two were the big tips that I saw today. I'm not sure how helpful they will be, but even if it's a little bit helpful, it all adds up. That said, that is all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes.